Hey people, what's up? October 9th, Friday. Let's hear it for Friday, yeah. I think Dow 30,000 is back on the radar screen. It was a few weeks back I said it was coming, and then I said corporation income tax flows started to dip negative year over year. I said no, we're going to have a correction. We went down about 7%, and 2 weeks ago I said the correction is over. And now everything's looking positive. We have a new fiscal year. We're up 25 billion over last year. I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but last year at this time, spending was flat compared to the prior year. So, and we just finished a record-breaking year. It's already up 25 billion over the year we just finished. So, very positive. What's interesting is that all of these pundits, including Goldman Sachs, is saying that a blue wave is going to be incredibly bullish. What do they mean by a blue wave? It means Biden wins the presidency, the Democrats take the Senate, the Democrats are going to have the control of the House. So it's interesting that they're saying that given the Biden policies. I know a lot of people think those policies are going to be bearish. You know, he says he's going to raise taxes on corporations, he's going to raise taxes on wealthy people. So we'll have to see. You know, I don't worry about that stuff because it's all in the numbers day by day. I mean, maybe you guys worry about it because you don't know about these numbers. You don't know where to find them. Even if you found them, you don't know how to make any sense out of them. Now, my people do. All right? I mean, they are educated on this. They are informed on this. And by the way, on that note, I was just like kind of shocked at, not really, but I was just like humored at some of the reactions, some of the comments yesterday when I talked about, you know, you got to push forward, man. If it struck a nerve in what I was saying yesterday, it's because you're trying to rationalize not being able to move ahead in your life. You're trying to put the blame on someone else. Look, this is human nature, unfortunately. The mass of people, they're going to be like that. They're going to be conformists. They're going to be excuse makers. They're going to want to have somebody take care of them. They're not going to be able to forge their own path. And I know that pisses a lot of people off. I mean, you know, don't blame the messenger. You know, you got to look inside. I went through this in my life. Anyone who has ever become successful and has gone through periods of difficulty and adversity and turned things around, the only way that was able to happen was to look inward, look inside yourself. I mean, the key to everything is inside yourself. And if you get, you know, if that hits a nerve, because I say, hey, if you lost your job, you got to go out there and you got to make something happen. And, you know, the markets are an opportunity to generate some income for yourself, and you get pissed off about that, saying, no, you got to hunker down. You got to hold on to your money. Anyone, look, successful people have no problem spending because they know you always get money back. When you spend to educate yourself, when you spend to make yourself better, to become more informed, to become more enlightened, to improve yourself, you go out there and you just take more money after that. It's out there. It's unlimited. The ones who hold on to it, and I've spoken about this in the past, the ones who are holding on to it and who are afraid to spend, they know, maybe not consciously, but they do know that it's due to their inability to replace whatever spending they do. They don't know how to go out there and get more money. They don't have the skills to go out there and get more money. So they're paralyzed with fear and they're hanging on to those few dollars that they have, thinking that as long as I hold on to these, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be protected. But the clock keeps ticking, and that's cash burn. You know that. Companies go through cash burn. People go through cash burn. It's the same thing. Countries go through cash burn. You got to know how to go out there and get more of it. What is investing? You take a sum, you put it into something, you hope that it grows. When it grows, it lifts you up. It lifts everybody up. It lifts the society up. You don't dig a hole and throw it in there and think, hey, I'm going to grow from this. No, that's not how it works. So if you got pissed off about that, if it touched a nerve, you got to look inside yourself. Because there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. And the reason has to do with you. Anyway, everything's looking positive. I think 30,000 Dow is back on the table. And let me just say again, this is going to be a wild, crazy I can't wait until the election, because it's going to be, everything in this country is going to stop, because we're all going to be glued to our TVs and the internet, because hour by hour, the situation is going to change. It's going to be in flux. It's going to be wild. It's going to be like something this country has never seen before. It's going to make the 2000 presidential election between Gore and Bush, look like a garden party. It's going to make that election look like Switzerland, the most stable country on earth. This is going to be unbelievable. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great. And there's going to be a lot of opportunity created. You're going to have to stay calm. You're going to have to stay rational. You're going to have to wait for the opportunities to appear. There's going to be a lot of zombies jumping in and jumping out every hour probably. So it's going to be crazy, believe me. But there's going to be money to be made. So you got to know this stuff. But most important, look, I teach MMT. I don't write scholarly papers. I don't give dissertations. I teach MMT in an applied fashion. Nobody else does that. You can keep your scholarly papers. I read all of those things for years, okay? I'm a trader. That's my background. I teach people how to utilize that information. If you want to be an academic and talk about MMT, more power to you. Go ahead and do that. But if you want to take knowledge, and if you want to be able to use that knowledge as a tool to lift yourself up, look, science is great, but the reason we have science is for applications, to take the scientific knowledge and to transform that into applications. That benefits all of humanity. You're talking about medicines and medical care. You're talking about technological innovations. You're talking about the computer. You're talking about space travel. All that stuff started from basic understanding of science. But then it was transformed into real applications. You want to build a bridge, you got to know engineering. If you study engineering as an academic, that's great, but then you want to apply that to building a bridge or building a highway or something of that nature, building an airplane, building a rocket ship. This is what I do, and this is what you need. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Don't forget, go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com, and sign up for a 30-day free trial. I'm going hiking this weekend. I'll tell you about it next week. Bye-bye.